hell out of here.
Dude, oh my god. Oh, it don't even look real. Oh my, that's like tripping me out.
Never seen anything like that.
This just ain't adding up. Water getting into something, causing all this. Something ain't adding up.
In my brain, I didn't think that I was going to be affected by the port strike, and I just didn't think anything of it because TikTok always overhypes things and it just doesn't come to light.
Crazy. So I literally just went to ShopRite, y'all, and when I say people are scrambling right now for groceries.
It says Brazilian man beat us all to the first UFO selfie. Oh my god.
What? Holy cow.
I think there's like a bird in it.
Wow. This is, gotta be honest, I've never seen anything like this out here.
Hey, what's good everybody? Welcome back. It's your boy Jet Ski Chuck, back with another creepy and scary TikTok reaction video. All types of disturbing discoveries that'll make you rethink your entire reality. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and let's dive into these waters. These videos are for entertainment purposes only. It's up to us to distinguish fact from fiction and figure out who's telling the truth and who's not, but strictly for entertainment purposes only. Do your own research on everything. It says Brazilian man beat us all to the first UFO selfie. Oh my god.
Proof that the triangle is a sacred symbol.
I'm not really sure what's going on, but I feel like they unlocked something. That was a beautiful demonstration. What in the world? A UFO selfie. That's crazy. It looks like the thing is like spinning, so that's like the image it got. That's a wild image.
The genie on the left is from a stone slab in the British Museum. The Birdman on the right was sold at Sotheby's auction house in London. They date to a period from about 700 to 900 BC. In the middle is an example of the corn plant from another Babylonian tablet. Notice they are all very similar. Here is an example of the Babylonian tree of life. It is a tree of corn cobs. Each branch terminates in an ear of maize. Here's another tablet from Babylon, and it shows a farm scene featuring a corn row and a litter of pigs. Here's a colored image of the Babylonian corn row. This is a cylinder seal showing a man with two corn plants. The artifact is at the Louvre Museum in Paris. It was found at the archaeological site of Uruk in Iraq. The artifact dates to about 3000 BC. This is the Warka vase from the Baghdad Museum. It dates to about 3300 BC. We see along the lower register a row of corn plants with irrigation ditches running between them. The plant can be identified as maize because of the huge size of cobs, the waffle pattern on the cobs, and the very large leaves and stalks.
We know the truth now.
Damn, Because I believe people were saying this was like a pineal gland or something like that.
The genie on the left is from a stone slab in
This is the homunculus. Its proportions correspond to how much sensory processing power your
If you drink whiskey, you should at least.
This is the homunculus. Its proportions correspond to how much sensory processing power your brain gives each part of your body. When you're in a hypnotic state, your brain has access to the homunculus. Hypnosis is the permitted access of the sensory, motor, and pleasure centers of the brain. To get into the hypnotic state that allows us to control the homunculus, we have to shut off the left hemisphere of the brain. The left hemisphere of the brain is the stimulus screening part of the brain. If you can put it into a semi-sleep state, external stimulus, including the hypnotic suggestion, can pass unchecked. They then go to the right hemisphere that acts on them directly. If you stimulate the homunculus, you get a response in that part of the body. So if you suggest that your pointer finger goes numb and it reaches the right side of the brain unchallenged, it then goes to the appropriate sensory cortex and produces an electrical reaction that induces the sense of numbness. It's like accessing the control center of your whole body. According to the CIA, this can be used to heal the body or break unwanted habits, and it has been used to do this for years. That was actually a clip from the Mental Monastery. It's a course that backs up ancient meditation practices with modern research.
The Moors of ancient Mauritania were called Moors because of their skin color being so black that they resembled the black color of the mulberry fruit that is still called Morus. Marcus Manilius, 1st century, Astronomica, Book 4. The Moors derived their name from their faces, and their identity is proclaimed by the color of their skins. You don't have to erase the phenotype of these people to bring recognition to these Berber tribes. There were tribes in North Africa who were not called Moors because they were not black. According to Strabo, even the natives called these people Moors. Here dwell a people whom the Greeks call Maurutians, and the Romans and the natives Mauri, a large and prosperous Libyan tribe who live on the side of the strait opposite Iberia. The Moors of ancient Mauritania were called Moors because of their skin color being so black that they resembled
Old Temple Beth El, Detroit. Right there. Temple Beth El, Hebrew, Negroes. Wayne State purchased this building and they're defacing it and taking the columns down. You see? See that intricate artwork, the hidden history? The Temple Beth El, downtown Detroit. Temple Beth El. Right here, it's the old Wayne State. Yeah, they had a performance art here. You can see the artwork right here, the copper clad, power producing. Right here, the Temple Beth El. It's the Wayne State University got this building. They do the performing arts out of it. They're redoing it, but you see when they take off the mask, you can see the real true history. Temple Beth El, Hebrew Negroes occupied this building over 1,000 years ago. You can see all the intricacies of it. This is on Woodward Avenue, Detroit, Michigan. The Temple Beth El. You can see the all the copper, lotus flowers, all the intricacies right here. The Temple Beth El. They got it corded off. They're chiseling it down, trying to destroy it. That's what it could be. They don't want this work of art to exist no more. The old world being destroyed in progress. Right here, they're taking the limestone off. You see it's triple bricked. You see the feathers. Right here, all the intricacies all throughout the structure. Lotus flower, ether gathering. Right here, Temple Beth El. right here, downtown Detroit. A wonderful building right here. Temple Bethel. Old Temple Bethel, Detroit.
Temple Bethel. So this used to be a temple, basically. I wonder what exactly they did there, and I wonder what's up under there, is my question.
Why does the Ethiopian Bible recount the creation of the world in periods of 49 years rather than the mainstream 6-day creation narrative? The Ethiopian Bible uses a unique system of timekeeping. Instead of the mainstream biblical timeline, the Book of Jubilees measures history in periods of 49 years. For example, the covenant between God and Abraham was established in the 20th Jubilee, and the Exodus took place in the 50th. But it gets even crazier. The Book of Jubilees provides exact dates for key events like the births and lifespans of significant biblical figures, all fitting perfectly within these 49-year cycles. This level of precision challenges the traditional, often vague timelines we know and suggests a highly sophisticated understanding of time by ancient scribes. The concept of Jubilees implies that time itself is a divine cycle, with each 49-year period marking a complete renewal. This idea reflects ancient beliefs that history repeats in patterns, but there's more. The Book of Jubilees also hints that these 49 years cycles are influenced by the stars and planets aligning with ancient astrology. This all suggests that everything in history happened and will happen in patterns of 49 years. It is like our realm might have been meticulously planned or manipulated by divine forces. Why does the Ethiopian Bible recount the creation of the world in...
I'm gonna be honest, I never heard of the Book of Jubilees before. Let's type it in. Let's see what it's about.
So I have publicly vouched and used this Book of Jubilees. Well, let me apologize and give an explanation on why you shouldn't use this book and it shouldn't be considered as scripture. Because we shouldn't believe every spirit, but we should test them, because there are many false prophets that has gone out into the world. Because this Book of Jubilees are filled with contradictions from the very first verse in the very first chapter. It says that on the 16th day of the 3rd month, Moses received the Torah. Jubilees gives us a whole different time frame for the feast day of Shavuot in the middle of the 3rd month, which means first fruits would have to be on the 25th or the 26th of the month of Abib, from Jubilees 15 to Jubilees 16. And
why does the Ethiopian Bible...
Yeah, I never heard about the Book of Jubilees, and I don't think that's it, to be honest with y'all. Let me know your thoughts below.
There it is. It's known as the Three Kings. It's way high up there. I did not expect that. It's interesting that one of the most elaborate panels is probably the hardest to reach. It's pretty wild. That's not easy to get to. It's interesting how it's separate from everything else. It sits out here by itself. Good thing I brought the high zoom lens. The best way to see this is probably via picture.
All right, guys, tell me what you see in this high painting. It looks like Egyptians. You know, you got the hats. This is some ancient art for real. If you guys know what this is, please drop it in the comments below. This one almost looked like an alien. You see the two eyes and just the one mouth. They ain't even put a nose on this guy. And something under the armpits. What is that? And this kind of resembles Anubis, doesn't it?
Oh wow, this is really neat here. Huh. P57, I'm sure some archaeological study marking at some point in time. Not to mention the sandstone here is just gorgeous. Oh, here's another really neat figure over here. Also marked. Huh. Got like starbursts in his hands.
Yeah, it's like these creatures or whatever have emitting some type of power if you look at it. With these masks, that is interesting.
Almost missed this little guy down here. Time has reclaimed this panel. All that's left are his two little points, whatever they are. Just to give you guys an idea of scale, and this figure is probably 3.5 feet. I love how his sort of neck adornment has been like scraped and smoothed out. That's one of the more impressive things I've seen all day. Wow. There it is. It's known as the Three Kings. It's way high up there.
How do you think they got up there to do this? Maybe this was at a different elevation at a different point in time. Very interesting.
Makes you feel like you're in South America or some ancient place, doesn't it?
It's incredible.
There's like a tree sprouting out of his head. Some kind of a bird. I don't know what type of bird that's supposed to represent. It's really ornate the way these roots have been done, the tree trunk.
Yeah, look at these branches. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Huh. Wow. Well, it's definitely not what I expected when I saw something down below, and there is actually a structure over here. I mean, this, I would say, has clearly been done by somebody modern day. When, no idea. I don't think that this is ancient. If it was, it would be quite a discovery. But it's still, I mean, wow, like really impressive.
Yeah.
Impressive artwork, whoever came out here and had the vision for that. Evelyn was the first one up here. And what'd you think, Evelyn, when you saw it? She saw it from down below.
Yeah, I caught a glimpse of it down there, and it just like blew me away. And it honestly kind of gave me this haunting feeling when I first saw it. It's just kind of looking down at you. It's pretty crazy.
So here's the back side of the block. I mean, there's nothing there, but it's kind of cool. He's looking out over the canyon here. So here's the cave. And honestly, what I first saw from down there, I'm pretty sure was this, and I was like, is that just a pile of rocks, or, is that a ruin? So we were across the canyon, like down over here. Now, whether or not this is completely a modern day construction, or, there was some other ruin here, it's hard to say. So there's a little, almost altar of sorts up here. There's a piece of metal here, maybe, I don't know, maybe from miner days. See some, old ash and charcoal from campfires, and yeah, you can see some blackening up on this ceiling. I'd say it's safe to say that this cave has probably sheltered people for generations, up until more modern day. What is it?
Sculpture.
Oh, what? cow.
That is crazy. Do you guys think this is modern day, or this is something that was ancient, done in the ancient days? Let me know in the comments below, but nevertheless, that is a beautiful piece.
Okay, at the first stop of the day, you guys see that up there? That's what I saw from across the way yesterday. Closer look, I guess it's just a granary, given the size of the doorway and the size of the structure. But I think I can climb up this and I'll take a closer look inside. So there's a bit of loose rock up top here, so I'm not gonna top out on this thing, but figured with the camera you guys can get a decent view. See if I can lighten this up at home. I've seen it a bunch of times now, but it still always impresses me how, this is natural rock, this is what they built, and it's always such a seamless transition. Fun start to the day. Let's keep moving.
Man, I would love to go hiking and just stumble upon these ancient ruins and mysteries. I gotta get out more.
Okay, something isn't sitting right with this that happened yesterday in Georgia. First of all, we have friends and family in Atlanta. They said that they were on the news, and some people were like going outside and getting throat irritations and like reactions on their skin. And then when they were told about, which by the way they didn't listen to, they went and pulled their kids out of the school. Now, when I saw this letter, this sparked something in my mind. This is the Rockdale County press release for essentially saying that, close all businesses and stay inside until the shelter in place is lifted. Now, this part right here is what brought me back to something. You'll see the Environmental Protection Agency, or EPA, strongly advised Rockdale residents to continue to shelter in place. Where have we seen this before? You guys remember the Simpsons movie?
This book doesn't have any answers. Beware, beware, time is short. EPA, EPA, EPA.
Trapped forever. It's all come true.
That crazy old man in church was right.
So we obviously see the predictive programming here, and when I see something like this, it always screams false flag to me. But what do you guys think about this? Do you think this is just, another coincidence, or do you think that there's, more going on behind the scenes here? Let us know what you think in the comments. Peace and love. Okay, something isn't sitting right with this.
I didn't know this happened. What does EPA even mean? Let's dive into this one.
Never seen anything like that. Look at
Look at that water spout. Oh my god.
Wait, what is that? It's a chemical. Go. Get us the hell out of here.
Dude, oh my god. Oh, it don't even look real. Oh my, that's like tripping me out.
Never seen anything like that. Look at it, it's blowing up.
Look at that water spout. Oh my god.
Wait, what is?
That's not safe. You cannot be breathing that stuff in, especially that color. This is terrible.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this is honestly so stressful. Like, today I almost had a mental breakdown like twice because I'm so stressed out about my kids' well-being, my health, not knowing where to go, sheltering, just everything is just stressing me out. Like the air, I just went outside and oh my god, I need to leave and I'm going to leave, and I should have left earlier. I didn't think it was going to be this bad, but yeah, I gotta go. I'm taking my kids. We're about to be out of here because this is not it.
Just drive in the opposite direction for hours.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
I have no clue on what's going on in America.
The way Mother Nature is walking the state of Georgia like a dog is crazy. Because what you mean there's a whole Conyers? I wish wish I was lying, but I'm not, so let's get into it. Now, what's crazy is that all of this is going down because a sprinkler head is malfunctioning. Or malfunctioning, either way, y'all know what I've been going on since 5 a.m. and it's still burning. Now, see, what had happened was, water from the malfunctioned sprinkler head came in contact with a water reactor and produced this plume that we're seeing. Now, this is a super
Look at all the traffic that's going towards it, though. They need to be doing the Yui.
Pay attention to the port strike and pay attention to the chemical fire that took place. You feel me? I ain't fear-mongering or nothing. I just like spread awareness, like because like we've been hearing this thing about a famine supposed to take place, a shortage of food or whatever, and like that chemical going in the sky, like that could like cause something in the sky to cause it to block it out from the sun. So like we don't like the crops don't produce. You feel me? Or the pork can create like shortages of things that we get. You feel me? So just be mindful if you want to like collect some things, to be prepared, collect some things. You feel me? That's just something I take notice to.
All major ports along the U.S. East and Gulf coasts are closed. The impact of key ports like New York, Savannah, and Houston are severely disrupting the supply chain and causing billions in economic losses. The widespread strike by over 45,000 dock workers from the International Longshoremen's Association is demanding better wages, job security, and protection from automation, which threatens thousands of jobs. Until negotiations are successful, the ports remain shut, halting the flow of goods and affecting industries nationwide.
Strike ain't looking too good, man. Check out this union worker and he explains it.
I'm a union worker, so I can relate to this. These people that work the ports from Maine to Texas, they make a base salary of $81,000 a year. That is not what they make. With overtime, they can make up to $200,000 plus a year. Now that's a guy coming in off the street. No education, no nothing, gets hired on, joins the union. He makes a base salary of $81,000 up to $200,000 plus. No education. Our union, we have the same thing. We make a base salary of about $90,000, $100,000 a year without overtime. With overtime, we're looking at $120,000, $140,000, $150,000, up to $200,000 a year. Same thing. In our contract, we get 2.5% a year, 2.5% raise over 6 years. That's a 15% wage increase over 6 years. So right now, off the street, you're looking at around $35 an hour. That's off the street when you hire in. These people that are going on strike at these ports are wanting a 77% increase for the next 6 years. That's 12.8%. Basically, they're wanting to be making $90 to $120 an hour. $150,000 base salary up to, let's say, over $300,000 a year. Off the street, no education, no certificates, no nothing. Just off the street, come make this money. 77%. Their union negotiated, said they would do 55%. That still puts them at $60 or $70 an hour, and guess what? They turned it down. How many of y'all would like to go to a place unloading ships and make $60 to $70 an hour off the street? That's absolutely insane. 77%, you're going on strike because you wouldn't take the 55%. So you don't want to make 60 or 70. That's not good enough. You want 90, 100, $110 an hour, $120 an hour. People like me that work in these paper mills, power plants, these chemical plants that are around asbestos, that you're around chemicals that cause cancer. People are dying at 50, 60 years old because their lungs are disintegrated. Can't breathe. But you know what? We don't go on strike because we got families to feed. We don't go on strike because we signed that contract, that negotiated contract that we agreed to sign to come work for. So all of y'all, and on top of being a part of a union, you've got pension plans, you've got 401ks, best insurance in the world. you've got some great shit with your wage. And you have an opportunity to make up to $200,000 a year. So yeah, for people like me and people, it kind of rubs you wrong because they're on strike down there wanting $120 an hour off the street. That's insane.
I don't know how new this ports strike is, but it sounds like they crying over nothing. Oh my God. I would be happy working at any job, making 60 to 70,000. You know what I'm saying? It's especially, I've worked in paper mills. That's some tough work. Have you seen Deadliest Catch, anybody? That's damn near the same thing, but a factory settings. And it's gross in there. You know what I'm saying? Because roaches literally eat the stuff that makes paper, and the water filtration in a paper mill, they just keep using the same water for 60, 70 years. So it's stank in there too. You know what I'm saying? I've been in the paper mill, and that's some hard work. Some hard work. And like he said, man, you ain't questioning, man, how much am I making? How much? We just trying to get paid because we got bills. You know what I'm saying? So that is wild. People making that much, 100, how much you say, 80,000 off the street? I need to be working in the ports. How do I put my application in? Oh my God.
The people who run our society consider themselves gods, and that's why they're not explaining.
They think they're more than human.
Oh, obviously.
Yeah, I go, they're not even human because humans care about their environment and their neighbors, and humans care about other people's children. Of course. And humans care about living things.
Yes.
But they don't do any of that. And he goes, because they think they're more than human.
Oh, I noticed.
They
That's why
think
they
they're
want to live forever.
royals. They think they're like royals in a rarefied sphere of DNA or
People that think they're gods? That's interesting.
something above us. Like, did they come from another planet? When you hear people talk, I can't either. But
this is the podcast to speculate on it, though.
Well, because some people say, a lot of religious people, they're into some deep rabbit holes of things, and I don't know.
Well, you can see why they are, though. I mean, speaking for myself, I have no idea what's going on. I don't know if this is the Nephilim, right?
I was going to say.
I don't know.
I know.
Here we go.
That's what I said.
Let me just say. I said I don't know anything about that stuff, okay? I'm a very ordinary middle-aged man who spent his life following politics and theology. But I do know that whatever's going on is very deep.
Yeah.
I've spent my whole life around politicians and seen decisions get made, interviewed people who run things, and what's happening now is qualitatively different. So different that it's not in the same category at all.
No.
This is hurting people for the sake of hurting them. This is lying for the sake of lying. This is, as the devil hates holy water, they hate the truth. You tell the truth about anything. It almost doesn't matter what it's about. It doesn't have to be about the next election.
Right.
It can just be about history, for example.
Right.
Telling the truth about history. Why should that offend anybody?
That really pisses
Periods where everyone's dead. And we can't, of course, change the past, so there's nothing really at stake for us now, right? You would think people would welcome open-minded historical inquiry to get closer to what actually happened in whatever period or in whatever event. They hate that.
Yes.
Well, what are you watching? You're watching someone who hates the truth because it's true. And there's no possible profit motive that is driving that. There's no political end that is driving that. They hate the truth because it's true. Now we're in the realm of theology.
This just ain't adding up. Water getting into something, causing all this? Something ain't adding up. Look at that orange plume. That is wild.
A first call was received at 1 o'clock this morning.
We're pretty much in bed, but it came in two waves. The first one we heard, you saw the light flash. I mean, you saw the light and you felt the house rattle, and it sounded like a thunder in the distance. But about a second or two later, the like a shock wave sort of, and in my house, it was pretty loud. It was very loud, mainly because the front door and the door frame.
How cloudy, I would not be going outside. None of them fumes. I wouldn't dare. I'll see y'all in a week or two.
Holy shit! Holy shit!
Okay, so who else is coughing and having like a scratchy throat? As you can tell in my voice, and nose is irritated from this chemical explosion that happened literally 7 miles away from me. Okay, so y'all, my eye right here, it feels irritated. It's been feeling irritated ever since that chemical explosion. Also, I've been coughing. My nose has been, my throat has been scratchy. My nose has been feeling funny. And I've been coughing a lot. And I had my AC off for the past couple of days, except yesterday. I turned it on around like 8 p.m. And it was like, they said, they gave us an alert that it was safe to turn, you know, what's it called, the shelter in place order has been lifted. So I still haven't been outside or whatever. I only been outside twice within this time frame for less than 2 minutes. Each time, less than 2 minutes. So, you know, and I took a shower when I came back inside, but for some reason, I feel sick. And I just want to see, is anybody else in the surrounding areas, Covington, Conyers, Atlanta, near this explosion? Because I'm literally 7 miles away. Okay, so who else is coughing and...
They'd rather see a fully automated terminal right here on the East Coast so they can make more money. They have money crazy, but they don't. There's not one company that belongs to the United States, but they want to get rid of our jobs out of the United States. So that's why we're all fighting here. It's for jurisdiction, for health, it's for wages, it's for a whole bunch of stuff, and they don't want to come to the table and share. And that's why we're out here saying, you would never have this money if it wasn't for the unions up and down this coast to Houston, fighting every day during COVID. People get killed out here on this equipment. 17 people were killed within the last 3 years. 17 that didn't go home to their wives and families. Excuse me. It's terrible. Excuse me. They don't want to share with the profits. And they try to make us look bad on the news, saying it's a 76. It's not a 76.
What is it? Tell us what and we got people working for $20 an hour, operating multi-million-dollar pieces of equipment. $20 an hour.
The last contract, you want to come in as a longshoreman, you got to work $20 an hour. You get that Home Depot. It's not fair.
Minimum wage in the state of New Jersey is $15. Because yesterday the Alliance tells us that you rejected a 50% wage increase.
Dave, let me tell you something. I started negotiations. I asked for $10 across the board. I was shooting for the moon. But my number was $5 across the board, which they can afford easily.
Over 6 years, right?
When the capital got in, Washington, they tried to bring us down to $24, $4. We thought about it. We talked about it. They came back and said, oh no, we want $18. I said, I'm on the news, right? Dave. I told them, go fuck yourself. Yeah.
That's how you tell them.
We want $5 across the board for 6 years or better. or better. And there's a lot more on the back end of our contract to make it stronger with automation, stronger words for new technology. We don't ever want to see an automation pier put over here in the United States.
We want our royalty back.
Yeah, and our container royalty. We want it all back to the men where it belongs.
That's it.
Secretary of Labor Julie Sue has been terrific. She's knocking down doors. She's trying to stop this. She's trying to get us to a media where we can have a fair negotiation. It's the companies that don't want to. They don't want to sit here and be fair. So that's why we're out here fighting for our livelihood.
What more from the automation? What more protections could there be?
What more?
Yeah, they have language in there now.
Not strong enough, because what happens is they come in with new technology. We just caught them in Mobile, Alabama, called Autogate, and that means the trucks are coming in and they're already checked in somewhere else and not using the checkers in the ILA. Circumventing the contract, they don't care. They don't care. It's not fair. And
if somebody knows more about this than me, please let me know. So I'm hearing that another reason why the port workers are going on strike is because they frequently hear screams from children coming out of the containers. I don't know how true that is. I don't know how false that is, whatever. I looked it up and there's no news outlets that are reporting on it, but there's multiples upon multiples of people talking about it across different platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, Threads, TikTok for sure. And certain people are drawing certain conclusions, like, you know how they like to put stuff in front of our face without saying too much. That Kendrick Lamar music video, They Not Like Us, apparently had containers in one of the shots. And they're like, hold on. Sidebar, random question.
We also have another major issue going on in our ports right now, and I just wanted to speak on it, because I don't think a lot of people understand why they're striking. One of the major reasons I've been seeing coming out of videos and reports from people talking about it is that they get tired of hearing children screaming inside the containers. Yeah, you heard that right. The workers are striking, and one of the main reasons is they're tired of hearing humans being shipped over and screaming and banging on the inside of the shipping containers to get out.
Now, I've always heard rumors, and I've could never really verify them on the internet. Trust me, I've looked. I've only found of one thing, and that was something that happened in Europe with 14 Irish migrants, and only 2 of them were children that were found in the shipping container. Don't worry, they are safe. But I've never found any actual proof. So my question is to these port workers, have y'all ever tried to go get these kids out? Have y'all ever recorded their voices? Have y'all ever reported this shit? Y'all ever tried to save these kids? Because if you're tired of hearing those noises, and I'm not blaming y'all, I'm asking y'all, have y'all ever tried to expose this? Because this has never really been authenticated. There's always a bunch of rumors and a lot of he say, she say, and a lot of, people doing deep dives and shit, but no authentic, put it on the fucking CNN shit. I am really...
We went on strike in 1977 for 3 months, for 80 cents. 800 longshoremen lost their jobs. If it was up to them, they would like to see everybody lose their jobs. Someone has to get into Congress and say, whoa, time out.
Started, water, toilet paper, and other essentials have begun being sold out all over the United States due to the port strikes on the East Coast. Even states that are not directly involved in the strike or even have bodies of water big enough to run a port, like here in Arizona, stuff is being sold out. Toilet paper, water, baby formula, baby diapers, dog food, cat food, and even cans of beans. As a Mexican, I'm a little worried on that one. That's a joke. Even people were kind enough to send me videos of Arizona stores and wholesale clubs like a Sam's or a Costco. You guys were sending me videos via DM and even tagging me in your TikTok videos. Those aisles are completely barren. Funny enough, no one is buying Dasani water because everyone zooms in on the entire crate full of Dasani. I find that pretty hilarious. But please, I need to remind everybody, do not panic buy. There's more than enough for everybody. We know what this leads to. This happened to us 4 years ago. Do not panic buy. You will be okay. Breaking news, panic buying has started.
In my brain, I didn't think that I was going to be affected by the port strike, and I just didn't think anything of it because TikTok always overhypes things and it just doesn't come to light. And so I didn't think anything of the port strike. I knew we were going to be affected, but not to this level. I seen a mom post on TikTok last night in the middle of the night, a little after midnight on October 1st, because today is October 1st, that she couldn't get her baby formula because the store that she went to was completely sold out of all formulas. So I'm like, okay, that's funny. Let me
That's why you should get milk from the mother, but I'm gonna let her continue.
go on the Target app because we can only get Kentamil off Target. And from Temecula to Oceanside to San Ysidro to Valley Center to Spring Valley, everything and everything in between, every Target was sold out of Kentamil. You couldn't even have it shipped here. So then I was like, okay, let's look at Lake Elsinore, Marietta, Paris, Hemet, etc., etc. I had to drive all the way to Hemet to get his formula, and when I ordered it on the app, it wouldn't let me order more than 2. So I ordered 2. I went there after I dropped off my son from school, and I walked in and tried to get the last like 4 or 5, and they wouldn't let me. They said you're only allowed to get 2. Okay, so I got the 2, went to my car and picked up the other 2, and now I have my grandma sending me 2 more from her Target that's in the Bay Area. This is crazy. I really hope that our workers get the compensation that they are asking for. And I'm not one to sit here and talk about politics, and that is not what my...
The fact that we're not woke to what's going on right now is crazy. So I literally just went to ShopRite, y'all. And when I say people are scrambling right now for groceries, everything. And I went to Walgreens. Walgreens is empty, y'all. Like, it's literally nothing. I don't know what it's going to take for us to take something serious, but P. Diddy is a distraction. All these new shows coming out is a distraction. Everything is a distraction, y'all. Something's about to go down. Like, if I can show y'all, like, right now, like, how many cars it is right now, like, it is so packed. Like, I mean, people are grabbing 20 packs of eggs, 5, like, yeah, it's getting real. It's getting real, and it's so sad that we are so distracted by everything. Not just y'all, me too. I haven't been woke about a lot of things, but now I'm woke, y'all. And I was talking to the lady at ShopRite. She's like, make sure you rack up because this is about to be worse than COVID. Worse than COVID? Oh, Jesus, no. Yeah, we gotta wake up, y'all. Go get your food, go get everything, y'all, because I don't know what's about to happen. But ShopRite is literally like, it looks so crazy right now. Everything is empty. Like, people don't even play like that. Like, they eat.
And after these port workers get off strike, we going on strike and not paying rent. Hello.
Let me tell y'all something about this strike that I don't see a lot of people talking about. Even if y'all win, okay, the time that you spent out of work is going to cause for a greater demand of goods. By the time y'all get back to work, these companies in America, the price of goods, they're going to drive those prices up. So while your paycheck may be more, you now have to compensate for the fact that what comes out of your paycheck is now going towards the cost of goods that has now went up. So where do you win at? Not only that, your boss, the union boss, they get their cut. Okay? So they get their cut, and I feel like they really using y'all as a pawn. I ain't gonna even lie. They using y'all as a pawn and say, listen, they advising y'all, hey, let's go on this strike. This is what it's gonna mean, so on and so forth, but they ain't really telling y'all the truth. They want to fatten their pockets as well. But again, y'all gonna be out of work, okay? And then by the time you come back to work, the price of goods are going to go back up. And now when you get your paycheck and you go into the grocery store, just like the rest of us, you got to pay for the cost of the rising of bread, milk, water, fruit, so on and so forth. So where did you really get to save any of that money? Where did you really get to now, if the cost of goods remain the same, then you get to have a little bit extra more saving in your bank account. But the moment the cost of the goods that go up because of this strike, you got to look at it. Was it worth it?
Guys, let me know your entire thoughts below on this. Looking in, it's tough, man. I need more information to form an opinion about it. I just heard about this, so it's like I need to gather more information. If you guys know anything about this, let me know your views below in the comments below. Let's go. Guys, that's all I got for today's video. This was a random one. Just was trying to see what really is going on. There's a lot of crazy things going on, man. You definitely want to be prepared for anything, because there's a lot going on, you know. So, that being said, I'm gonna see you guys on the next one. Peace out.